Alright, today is the 25th of January. Just packed up my stuff. My friend over there is pretty much looking up the information for the hotel that we're pretty much staying at. Wave hi to the camera. He's pretty much the one who, first thought of me to go to Arcanacon, and this is actually a Kickstarter project, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, and the best thing about it, the disability group that I'm in actually pay for everything. I don't have to pay a single cent. So right now, I pretty much packed up everything in an hour. Right now, we're just getting the time to catch up because we didn't get a chance to the other day. So once I have it spend time catching up, we're gonna head down to the train station. Oh, change your plans. We're not going on by a train. We're going on by a bus due to hot temperatures. Oh well. Well, after a very hot travel in a bus, we finally arrived in Melbourne. Now what we need to do is grab some trains and go to our hotel rooms. So now we pretty much got off the bus and we need to head to one of the trams. I believe we need to get on two of them. Oh, one. Alright, we just arrived at our apartments. What a story it's been. The bathroom's right here. Funny story because it's just been chaos since we ever got here. And I'm gonna have to say, but it's all worth it in the end. We arrived in Melbourne. Funny thing is, since we arrived, we were kind of expecting two beds for me and my friend here. One problem, it's on a double queen size bed. There was a little bit of a mismanagement, but we pretty much got a roller up bed, and you said you were pretty much fine with that, right?
Okay.
We pretty much just got off a hot bus. We tried to go for trams. We thought it was one way, then the other way. But we're basically all here now, so after pretty much relax and cooled off a bit, we'll pretty much have dinner and we'll go to the convention tomorrow. Alright, so day 2. I'm pretty much just woken up. My friend as well. Gotta have to say though, for all those people who pretty much want to come to Australia, I had to highly recommend this hotel that we're pretty much staying at. What was the price of it? Like $25 a night? Yeah. So some of my friends, including you, Nelson, Wolfking, if you want to come to Australia, this hotel is actually really, really good. What's it called again?
Experience apartments.
Experience Apartments. Alrighty. So after pretty much, hopefully if we pretty much had our breakfast, we're going down to the Melbourne Exhibition Centre where we'll be making our registration and we'll see what Arcanacon has to offer. And now we have made it to the Convention Exhibition Center. We're just going to make our registration now. And the registration has begun. Look at all these people here. After pretty much registration, we're going to pretty much book a game and check out the vendors. I'm going to start my first D&D session. I already chose the Wood Elf Fighter. And there's my icon there. I'll pretty much let you know how this game turns out. I just pretty much had my D&D session, had lunch, came back from lunch, and pretty much had an interview with the developer of some role-playing games. I forgot her name. What was her name again? Sarah. Sarah. And I pretty much got interested in Dungeons and Dragons because of the gaming session, and because of that, went out and bought a couple of things. the Dungeons and Dragons handbook for 60 bucks. The Dungeons and Dragons master screen reincarnated for $20, as much as some dice. I just hope that anyone back home is willing to pretty much play with me with this game, because I'm really starting to get interested in it. This is day 3. Sorry I couldn't record much on the end of the day of day 2, because by the end of the day I was exhausted and I actually had to collapse on the bed because I was that exhausted. But we're pretty much going to go back to Arcanacon again on day 3. An interesting thing for all the you Dungeons and Dragons fans, any TPC you pretty much get, you can actually spend Epic Adventure to level up your character. Like, you can get yourself free items, stuff like that. So if they pretty much host Arcanacon again, you'll be able to get more. So that's interesting. So while me and my friend here were pretty much off to get breakfast, we stumbled across here on one of the order signs. Who would have thought that the McDonald's menu computer would have a matrix feature? What do you think? Either that or someone's hacking it, I'm not entirely sure. Looks cool though. I forgot to do this last time, but we could check out the vendors. All the stuff for the free Dungeoneers, for campaign coins. We got the books over here. This is where I bought the Dungeons and Dragons stuff. Look at that! They haven't got Tales of Equestria.
Kind of just
Yeah, not really.
I just love the dragon. I just want to challenge
Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. More books from like Pathfinder. And then more books. Some other souvenirs here. There's even some more stuff over here, including the new Master Toolkit map building for people who want to play online. I hope that pretty much comes to Nintendo Switch eventually. Honorary. Hello. Some more stuff over here. Oh. And many, many more. Just came back from Arcanacon for the final time, and this is the final time we're going to be experiencing the hotel apartments. But surely not going to be the last time. And we're certainly going to be back here in April for Supernova Comic-Con 2018. But I gotta say, when it comes to Arcanacon, at least I get to know how to play Dungeons and Dragons for the first time. And it got to a point where, well, I kind of overspent. Oh, that one's just $15. But yeah, I can fully play with Dungeons and Dragons players back home if they're pretty much interested. Alright, this is day 4, final day. Right now we're just packing up and pretty much leaving the hotel room. As for now, I believe that Arcanacon was a pretty good experience. I have to thank Daniel here for pretty much showing me it. What are your thoughts on Arcanacon so far?
Good. It was excellent. It's interesting.
Anything in particular that you find interesting?
Dungeons and Dragons and the guest speakers.
Ah, alright. And we're pretty much going to be back here at April for Supernova Comic Con, and we're pretty much going to be looking forward to that, aren't we?
Yes. Exactly. Yep.
As for now, we're pretty much just gonna pack things up, go to the checkout station, and we'll pretty much head to the train station. Alright, pretty much just left to the hotel rooms, and now pretty much head to the train station. There was a little bit of a mismanagement again when we went to check out and pay for it. I can't believe they actually want us to spend like, what, $1,000 just to stay there, just by sheer accident. Yeah. Next time we're pretty much going to come down here to Supernova Comic-Con. We're going to find a hotel room that's manageable. Okay, I was pretty much misinformed about that information. Apparently, if you stayed at the hotel rooms for an hour or more, you have to pay $25 extra for each hour. Well, so much for recommending for that hotel. And that's a last time we'll ever get to see the Melbourne Convention Center, but we'll be back here again at Supernova Comic-Con. And I think this might be our train back home. Hopefully. And goodbye, Melbourne. Next stop, home. You know, when I get back here, I don't really want to ride that. Home sweet home, here we are. And now, home sweet home. I think Arcanacon was pretty good. Strangely enough, there was another convention pretty much going on at the same time as the one I was heading to. And that would be CardCon in Canberra. But, however though, I feel like I was satisfied pretty much with Arcanacon. I get to learn Dungeons and Dragons for the first time. And that's pretty much the end of this blog. Next time in April, I'm heading down to Melbourne again to go to Supernova Comic-Con. Until then, guys, thanks for joining me on this adventure. This is Paul.K.Dragon, and I will catch you guys on the flip side. Later.